The Suicide Squad is a 2021 American superhero film based on the DC Comics team Suicide Squad. Produced by DC Films, Atlas Entertainment, and the Safran Company, and distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures, it is a standalone sequel to Suicide Squad 2016 and the 10th film in the DC Extended Universe, DCEU. It was written and directed by James Gunn and stars an ensemble cast. In the film, a task force of convicts known as the Suicide Squad are sent to the island nation of Corto Maltese to destroy evidence of the giant alien starfish Starro the Conqueror. David Ayer was set to return as director for a Suicide Squad sequel by March 2016, but in December he chose to develop a Gotham City Sirens film instead. Warner Bros. Considered several replacement directors before hiring Gavin O'Connor in September 2017. He left by October 2018, and Gunn was hired to write and direct the film after being temporarily fired by Disney and Marvel Studios as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, 2023. He drew inspiration from war films and John Ostrander's 1980s Suicide Squad comics, and decided to explore new characters in a story separate from the first film's narrative, though some cast members do return from Suicide Squad. Filming began in Atlanta, Georgia in September 2019 and concluded in Panama in February 2020. The Suicide Squad was theatrically released in the United Kingdom on July 30, 2021, and in the United States on August 5, while streaming on HBO Max for a month starting the same day. It received positive reviews from critics, who praised Gunn's script, direction, and visual style. Many found the film a significant improvement over its predecessor, and it became the third most streamed film debut on HBO Max in 2021. However, it was a box office disappointment, grossing $167.4 million worldwide against a production budget of $185 million. Peacemaker, a spin-off television series starring Cena, is set to debut on HBO Max in January 2022. Intelligence officer Amanda Waller assembles two Task Force X teams, colloquially known as the Suicide Squad, that comprise Belle Reve penitentiary inmates who agree to carry out missions for Waller in exchange for lighter sentences. They are sent to the South American island nation of Corto Maltese after its government is overthrown by an anti-American regime, and are tasked with destroying the Nazi-era laboratory Jotunheim, which holds a secretive experiment known as Project Starfish. One team is led by Waller's subordinate Colonel Rick Flag, and is almost entirely wiped out by the Corto Maltese military upon landing. This distraction allows the other team to enter the country undetected. The second team is led by assassin Bloodsport, who accepted the mission in order to prevent his daughter from being incarcerated at Belle Reve, and consists of Peacemaker, King Shark, Polka Dot Man, and Ratcatcher 2. They find Flag at a base camp for rebel soldiers and convince rebellion leader Saul Soria to assist them. Harley Quinn survives the attack on the first team and is taken captive by the Corto Maltese government. She learns of the new regime's plans to use Project Starfish against other nations. In the Corto Maltese capital, the second team captures the Thinker, the lead scientist in charge of Project Starfish. Harley escapes and joins the others, who use the Thinker to break into Jotunheim. Most of the squad rigs the facility with explosives as Flag and Ratcatcher to enter the underground laboratory with the Thinker. He reveals that Project Starfish is Starro the Conqueror, a giant alien starfish that creates smaller versions of itself to kill people and take control of their bodies. Starro was brought to Earth by the US government, who have been secretly funding experiments on him in Corto Maltese for the past 30 years, using thousands of the island's citizens as test subjects. An enraged Flag decides to leak a hard drive containing evidence of this revelation, but is killed by Peacemaker, who is under secret orders from Waller to cover up the US involvement in the experiments. Meanwhile, a skirmish between the squad and the Corto Maltese military leads to Polka Dot Man accidentally setting off the explosives prematurely. As the facility falls apart, Peacemaker attempts to execute Ratcatcher 2 for knowing the truth about Starro, but Bloodsport shoots him and takes the drive. Starro escapes the destroyed laboratory, kills the Thinker and much of the military, and begins taking control of the island's population. Waller tells the squad that their mission is complete now that Jotunheim is destroyed, but Bloodsport chooses to ignore her and leads his teammates in battling Starro, while Waller is knocked out by her subordinates to prevent her from executing the squad. During the battle, Polka Dot Man is killed. Harley pierces a hole in Starro's eye, and Ratcatcher 2 summons the city's rats to chew the alien to death from the inside. With the military diverted, Soria takes control of the government and pledges democratic elections. Bloodsport forces Waller to release him and his surviving teammates from their imprisonment in exchange for keeping the contents of the drive confidential, and the squad is airlifted out of Corto Maltese. In a post-credits scene, Peacemaker is shown to be alive and under the supervision of Waller's subordinates.